and welcome to the talkSPORT Cup, where fans from across the country battle it out in a test of football trivia. We started with a pair of fans from each of the top 64 clubs in the country, but only 2 teams will make it all the way to the final for the chance to play for £1,000 and this trophy. There it is. Ben Fletcher looking after it over the weekend. Don't know what it's full of. I'm Charlie Baker, and over there is the talkSPORT Cup fact machine, Angelina Kelly.
Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Angelina. Today's fixture is a first-round tie between Charlton Athletic and Stoke City. So let's meet the teams representing Charlton. We have Charlie and Andy. Charlie, Andy, thanks for coming in.
All good.
How are we doing, Andy? All right?
Yeah, good, thank you.
How long have you been a Charlton fan?
Since 1978, so nearly 50 years.
Unbelievable.
Don't look old enough.
And what's been the high point in all those years?
Definitely playoff final victories, yeah.
Of course, yeah, that one they show over and over and over again.
Yep.
On Scott, were you there? Were you at
Wembley?
Yeah, both. Was it Wembley? Yes.
Yeah, Wembley, both. Sunderland both times, yeah.
Yeah. And what about you, Charlie? How long have you been a Charlton fan?
So yeah, 2000, 2001. That was my first game. Arsenal at home, beat them 1-0.
Oh, fantastic.
Picked Charlton because of the result,
and then since then, through thin and thin.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, no regrets.
Brilliant. Well, welcome to the talkSPORT Cup, and representing Stoke, we have Jimmy and Mike. Here they are. They've decided to come as Roy Orbison and Ray Charles. Good to see you, gentlemen.
Nice to see you, Charlie.
Do you want to explain the sunglasses, or...?
It's to psych out the team. You know,
It's psych them out. They don't look very psyched out. Well, if I know anyone from Charlton, they couldn't care less.
Probably used to it.
Jimmy, how long have you been a Stoke fan?
Well, since I was born in 1992, and then
really?
through the family all the way through. So, no other team for me.
No other team, not Port Vale, no?
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
No,
Couldn't go over there.
Not a chance.
There we are. Mike, are you from Stoke, Mike?
they're from Manchester originally, but
From Manchester,
my
but-
parents met at the Britannia, and so without Stoke, I wouldn't be here.
Wow.
Therefore, I had no choice.
They met at the Britannia. What were they doing at the Britannia?
Probably watching a game in the corporates.
Probably. They found out that they can do it on a cold Tuesday night in Stoke. Hence Mike's here. We're not here for fun, we're here for football. So let's get on with the quiz. First round is the home advantage round. Each team will get 3 home questions about the club they support and 3 away questions, which could be about anything. It's 1 point for a correct answer. They are allowed to confer, but if they get the answer wrong, it goes over and can be stolen by the other team. Let's get on with the quiz. Charlton, your first home question. Who were the opponents and what was the scoreline in Charlton's biggest away league win last season, 23-24?
It's not going to be more
I
than...
think it was 4-0.
Yeah, I'll say
But I don't know
definitely
who's against. Yeah.
4-0.
Northampton. Beat them 4-0 hours this season, wasn't it?
This
No, was it last season? Say for Northampton 4-0, but I'm 90% on that. So
It wasn't Northampton, 4-0. Going over to you, Stoke City. Do you want a little guess? I mean, it'd be quite unbelievable if you did get it right, but let's go for it.
Biggest away win last season.
Biggest away win.
Charlton.
Basically, pick a team and pick a score.
Walsall away.
It wasn't Walsall away, I'm afraid to say. It was Cheltenham 3-1. You beat them 3-1 away. Angelina.
Do you remember the game? Remember the goal scorers, perhaps?
I was actually there, and I can't remember it. So yeah, so Alfie May did score.
Yep.
I think Daniel Kanu got one.
Yep.
And then as for the third one, was it double Alfie May, maybe?
No, it was Tyrese
Campbell.
No, Tyreek Bakinson.
I'll tie it back and say, okay, bloody hell. Yeah.
There we are. Good
What a
away
blur.
day.
No extra points for that. So.
A good away day, you can't remember it.
Yeah.
Very, very good indeed. Stoke City, your first home question. Who were the opponents and what was the scoreline in Stoke's biggest league win last season, 23-24?
I'm trying to think it was Rotherham away last year or the season. Yeah, was it Rotherham away?
It was not
4-0.
Rotherham away. Goes over to you.
Do you want to go for that little stab in the dark?
We're going to go for 3-0 Birmingham.
It was not 3-0 Birmingham. It was Bristol City, 4-0. Angelina.
That game was not only on the final day of the season, but Stoke ended a 7-game unbeaten run for Bristol City with that victory.
There we go.
Good win.
OK, Charlton, your first away question. Which North East club was sponsored by ICI in the first Premier League season?
Yeah, go on, you say. You're confident
Say
about that.
Middlesbrough.
It was Middlesbrough. Very, very good. Angelina.
And that was from 1992 until 1994.
Stoke City, your first away question. Which Midlands club was sponsored by Peugeot in their first Premier League season? Going to push you for an answer?
We're going to go with Wolves.
It was not Wolves. Wolverhampton Wanderers goes over to you. Charlton Athletic.
Coventry.
It was Coventry City. Angelina.
And that was from 1989 to 1997.
There we are, classic kit. Charlton Athletic, your second home question. Who was leading scorer in Charlton's most recent Premier League season all those days ago in 2006, 2007?
I think we're relegated. We sold him. I'm going to go Darren Bent, 100%, but Darren Bent.
100% Darren Bent. You're a poet and you don't know it and you get the points. Very, very good indeed. Angelina, talkSPORT's Darren Bent.
Do you want to have a guess at how many goals?
I'm saying I've got 18 in my head, so I don't know why. But
I mean, you've been a bit kind there. It was 13 in the league, 15 overall.
it worked.
Good old Benty. Very good. Stoke City, your second home question. Who scored Stoke's first goal in the Premier League? A consolation in a 3-1 defeat to Bolton.
Ricardo Fuller.
It was Ricardo Fuller. Angelina.
He then followed this up with another goal in Stoke's 3-2 win over Aston Villa in their first ever Premier League home match.
There we go. Charlton Athletic, your second away question. Which League Two club's badge features a locomotive train?
You sound confident. I know they're associated trains, definitely.
Not 100% certain, but I'll go Crew.
It's not Crew, Alexandra. Goes over to you, Stoke City.
Might be two.
Scunthorpe.
Scunthorpe.
It's not Scunthorpe United. It is Swindon Town. Angelina.
And the reason for the train is because Swindon is, of course, a railway town, but they actually have used at least 5 different kit badges since their inception.
Oh, wow, there we are. Stoke City, your second away question. Which League Two club's nickname is the Sulphurites? The Sulphurites.
They're not League Two, no, no.
Salford.
It's not Salford.
They're not League Two, they're League One.
Over to you, Charlton Athletic. Who are the Sulphurites?
Barrow, but
It's not Barrow, quite a tough one. Harrogate Town.
okay.
Angelina.
The club has that nickname due to the spa town's sulphur springs.
Yes, Healing Springs. Charlton Athletic, your third and final home question. Which country has Daniel Canu represented?
Represented, yeah. Sierra Leone, isn't it? Daniel Carney? Yeah, Sierra Leone.
It is Sierra Leone. Angelina.
He made his international debut in November 2023, coming on as in the second half as a substitute, but it was a 2-0 defeat to Egypt.
There we go. Stoke City, your third home question. Who was Stoke's goalkeeper in the 2011 FA Cup final?
Asmir Begovic.
It was not Asmir Begovic. Goes over to you, Charlton Athletic.
That's what I was going to. Oh, blimey. It's even at Stoke.
It's worth a guess, isn't it?
I'm just going to hazard. I probably ain't even played there. Shay Given, I was going to say, as a bench
Not
goal.
Shay Given. It is
by then.
Thomas Sorensen. Angelina.
So Begovic was the main goalkeeper that season, but Sorensen played in the FA Cup games.
There we are. Charlton, your final away question. Who is the only Dutchman to score twice in an FA Cup final?
Well, it's one of the two, isn't it? That's what I think.
Who's the other one you got?
Bergkamp or Van Persie, I'd go with.
Which one?
Go with yours. You went first. Yeah, go on.
Dennis
Berg.
Bergkamp.
It is not Dennis Bergkamp. It comes over to you.
Robin van Persie.
It's not Robin van Persie. It is Ruud van Nistelrooy. Angelina.
That was in 2004 when Man United beat Millwall 3-0, and one of his goals was a penalty.
Oh, there we go. Stoke City, your final away question. Who is the only Italian to have scored in 2 FA Cup finals, doing so in 2 different centuries?
Yeah, that's probably a good shout. Do different. It's going to hazard a guess, but Zola.
It's not Gianfranco Zola. Goes over to you, Charlton Athletic.
Well, we had 2 names and one was that, so we'll go for the other one, which was Vialli.
It's not Gianluca Vialli. It is Roberto Di Matteo. Angelina.
So he scored 42 seconds into Chelsea's 1997 FA Cup final victory. That was against Middlesbrough. And then 73 minutes into their 2000 FA Cup win over Aston Villa.
Yeah, we all remember him wanging it into the top corner. That's the end of the first round. Angelina, what are the scores?
It is 4-1 to Charlton.
There we go, 4-1 to Charlton. A long way to go yet, Charlton, but happy with the lead.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Andy, I'm noticing the tattoo on your left arm there.
Yeah.
Charlton, how old were you when you got the tattoo?
Very young.
Were you in Benidorm after 8 pints?
It wasn't much better. I was actually in Penzance.
Oh, right, yeah.
That South London area. And the guy had never heard of Charlton,
No,
so
I
I had
imagine.
to take my kit in. He traced it off my kit, which is why it's a little bit
It's not bad,
misshapes.
though. I've
It's
seen
okay if I'm
worse.
going like that,
Yeah,
but
it brings the guns out. You get the
if
guns.
I go like that, it's kind of the wrong shape. So.
Round 2 is the Bravado round. Each question in this round is worth 3 points. I will ask the contestants a question. They will bid for how many correct answers they think they can give me. Whoever believes they can give me the most will have 90 seconds to name them. But crucially, if they fail to reach their number or give an incorrect answer, the opposition can steal the points by simply naming one correct answer. Okay, your first question of the Bravado round. I want to know, how many French clubs can you name that have won Ligue 1 since 1960? There are 13 French clubs that have won Ligue 1 since 1960. But how many of these 13 clubs can you name? You've got 20 seconds to have a chat with your partner before we start the bidding. I was trying for the correct pronunciation there. Angelina, I've been doing my Duolingo, so
Nice, yeah. I can tell, it's improved.
thanks so much. Ligue 2.
Should you not be
Monsieur
saying merci? No?
Merci. Ça va. 5 seconds.
Do you reckon, how many of those do you reckon?
Okay. Charlton, coming to you
How
first.
many have won it?
How many do you think you can name?
6. What do you reckon?
Give me a number.
We'll go 6.
You're going to go 6. Stoke City, can you give me 7
Which ones?
French clubs that have won Ligue 1 since 1960?
We're going to give you 8 if we
You
can.
think you can go 8?
Well,
They've gone 2 higher. Unbelievable. So I'm looking for 9 from you, if you've got it, Charlton.
9.
If you've got 9, they've gone to 8. They missed one out. They've gone for... Or you can make them name them.
No, we're not about to do 9. No.
No?
well,
Okay, you're going to say 8 from them? Okay. Stoke City, I'd like 8 teams from you. You have 90 seconds to name them. Once you give me the answer, wait for me to repeat it and it'll be locked in. 90 seconds starting from now.
Paris Saint-Germain,
Paris Saint-Germain, 1.
Lyon,
Lyon, 2.
Marseille,
Marseille, 3.
Lens,
Lens, 4.
Rennes,
Rennes, 5.
Bordeaux,
Bordeaux, 6.
Toulouse,
Toulouse, 7.
Monaco.
Monaco, 8. They are your 8, and they are locked in. Angelina, how many did they get right? 6. They got 6 right. So we need 1 from you to steal the points, Charlton.
Is that I think I'm going with that one.
We'll go
Pretty confident.
Lyon.
You're going to go Lille.
I think has
Lille, Angelina, is that on the list?
It is on the
It
list.
is on the list. You steal the points, Charlton Athletic. There we are. Angelina, can you fill in the gaps, please?
So it was Rennes and Toulouse that were incorrect, but you could have had Auxerre, you could have also had Montpellier, Nantes, Reims, Saint-Etienne and Strasbourg.
There they all are. Wow. We move on to the second question in the Bravado round. I want to know, how many countries, beginning with S, can you name, that have competed in a World Cup? There are 12 countries beginning with S that have competed at the World Cup. How many of them can you name? You have 20 seconds to chat with your partner before we start the bidding, and I'll read you the question again. How many countries beginning with S can you name that have competed in a World Cup? There are 12 countries beginning with S that have competed at a World Cup. How many can you name? 3 seconds. Okay, that's time up. Stoke City, coming to you first.
Nice.
How many can you name?
4.
You're going to go with 4? Charlton, can you go any higher than 4?
Go 5 then. Might as well just go 5.
Well, yeah, if we've only got
Any higher than 4?
we'll go 5.
We'll go 5.
You go 5.
Yeah.
Stoke, you got 6 in you?
We don't have 6 in do.
No? 5, okay. Charlton Athletic, we want from you 5 answers. You have 90 seconds to name them. Once you give me an answer, wait for me to repeat it and give the count, and it will be locked in. You have 90 seconds, starting from now.
So Spain,
Spain, 1.
Serbia,
Serbia, 2.
Scotland.
Scotland, 3.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, 4.
And we'll go South Africa.
South Africa, 5. There are your 5. And they are locked in. Angelina, how many did they get right?
Qualify. Scotland.
There they are, all 5. Angelina, can you fill in the gap? Senegal.
Yes, that is 1. Well done. Slovakia, Slovenia, South Korea, Soviet Union, Sweden and Switzerland.
There we are, Soviet Union. That was a little outlier, wasn't it? And that is the end of the Bravado round. Angelina, what are the scores?
As things stand, Stoke did manage to get 1 point, but Charlton are in the lead with 10.
Round 3 is the Guess Who round. In this round, I will give the teams clues. These can be about a player, a manager, a club, or even a stadium. And as soon as they think they know who or what I'm talking about, they can buzz in and have a guess. But if they get it wrong, they'll be locked out. And the other team can hear a full list of all the clues before giving an answer. There are 2 points per correct answer in this round. Let's get on with the quiz. To start with, I'm looking for a player. This player came through the ranks of Manchester United's youth academy and spent 20 years with the club, making over 340 appearances. In his time there, he won 5 Premier Leagues, several domestic cups and the Champions League. He was included in the PFA Premier League Team of the Year in 2009-2010. He was named vice-captain in his last season with the club, and he joined West Brom in 2015, where he made 97 appearances. Yes, Stoke City.
Johnny Evans.
It's not Johnny Evans. You're locked out. You get to hear the rest of the answer. He made 97 appearances for West Brom. After leaving West Brom in 2017, he had a 2-year stint with Stoke City. He also won 80 caps for Scotland, scoring 5 goals. Any ideas?
Man United, Scotland, West Brom. All I think of is, what's his name? The midfielder.
Fletcher.
So did he play West Brom? Was it a goalkeeper, maybe? That's miffed me. That's
Push
really
you for an
miffed me.
answer.
We'll go Fletcher, but
Yeah, we'll go Fletcher.
Fletcher, Darren Fletcher. It is Darren Fletcher. There it is. There he is, giving us a thumbs up.
yeah.
Here's another player. Started his career at Ipswich Town. And after a few loan spells, he joined Huddersfield Town in 2009. In the 2011-12 season, he was the top scorer in England with 36 league goals, breaking Huddersfield's club record for most league goals scored in a season. In 2012, he became English football's most expensive player outside the top flight when he joined Blackburn Rovers for an £8 million fee. Charlton Athletic.
I believe it's Jordan Rhodes, not 100%.
It is Jordan Rhodes. You should have been 100%. Another player. This player's professional career started in 1986 at Perugia, where he also ended his career. After spells at a variety of Italian clubs, he secured a move to Juventus in 1992. He made 111 appearances for the old lady, scoring 41 goals. He won the Champions League with the Turin-based club, scoring in the final against Ajax, where he earned the nickname the White Feather. In 1996, he signed for Middlesbrough. Charlton Athletic.
Ravanelli.
It is Fabrizio Ravanelli. There he is. OK, we move on. I want the name of a club. This team's colours are maroon and white. They play home matches at Tynecastle Park. They're the only... Yes.
Hearts.
It is Hearts of Midlothian. OK, I want the name of a stadium. This stadium was built in 1886 as the home of Manningham Rugby Football Club. It remained so until 1903, when the club changed code from rugby league to association football and became Bradford City. This ground has a capacity of 25,136. Anyone? Yes, Charlton Athletic.
Valley Parade.
It is Valley Parade, or the University of Bradford Stadium. And finally, who is this? This Brazilian has managed over 20 clubs and was manager of the Portugal national team from July 2003 to June 2008. He led Portugal to the final of UEFA Euro 2004, which they lost to Greece, and to a 4th-place finish in the 2006 World Cup. He won the World Cup as manager of Brazil in 2002. He only managed in England for 1 season with Chelsea in 2008-2009.
Scolari.
It is Luis Felipe Scolari. There he is. What a guy. Look at that. There we go. That's the end of the Guess Who round. Angelina, what are the scores?
Going into the final round, it is 23 to Charlton.
Charlton on 20. Stoke on 3. Charlton, they can do it on a cold Tuesday night. If a joke's worth doing, it's worth repeating. Here we go. We're going to move to the fourth and final round, which is the stoppage time round. There will be 90 seconds on the clock, and I will ask you quick-fire questions. If you think you know the answer, just buzz in. 2 points for a correct answer, but if you get it wrong, you will lose a point. Are you ready? Yep. Here we go. Which former Arsenal striker was the last Frenchman to score in an FA Cup final? Any ideas? Anybody? Nope. Olivier Giroud. Which championship ground has the Rookery end? Which championship ground has the Rookery end? Anybody? Pushing? No? OK. Vicarage Road. Which country did Tromsø come from? Charlton Athletic.
Norway.
It is Norway. Well, which former Southampton striker was the last Italian to score in a League Cup final? Anyone? No? Manolo Gabbiadini. Which country from southeastern Europe made their World Cup debut in 1994? Anybody? No, it's Greece. Which club's chairman is 27-year-old Kirill Louis-Dreyfus? Anyone? No answers? Sunderland. Which London club was sponsored by Classic FM in the first Premier League season? Any answers? Stoke City.
No.
Pushing for an answer?
Crystal Palace.
It's not Crystal Palace. QPR. Who are the only country to score 10 goals in a World Cup finals match? Charlton?
No.
Stoke? No?
Yeah, Germany.
Germany? It's Hungary. After a controversial knee slide goal, and that is time up. That is the end of the quiz. I'd like to say it was tight, but I don't want to be a liar. Angelina, what are the scores?
Stoke finish with 1 point, but the winners with 22 are Charlton Athletic.
There they go. Well done, Charlton. Very, very good. 22 points. Stoke, I think I've worked out why you're wearing the dark glasses. You can walk down the streets of Burslem.
They bought their Kirbishley form.
Or Hanley.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Port Vale, or all those places.
We'll be keeping our heads
There
high
we are.
by now.
But you don't go home empty-handed. You do go home with, of course, the talkSPORT football trivia game. There it is. Maybe have a little look at that before you come back. You know, I don't know. Well done. There we are. Charlton absolutely gutted they didn't get one. Raise it high. That's it for another episode of the talkSPORT Cup. We'll see Charlton in the second round. See you next time.